Sessions and Lessons Unscripted.
Let's go.
And now your hosts, Joel and Gloria Rosario.
Hello, everybody. It's your buddy Joel Rosario, and you are listening to the Sessions and Lessons Unscripted podcast. Here alongside me, as always, the beautiful, intelligent Gloria Rosario. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? Thank you. I'll be here all night.
I figured I'd get you some people to applaud.
You don't feed into my delusions, please.
Yeah. I hope everybody out there is doing great. I would say I'm doing okay. But I hope everyone out there is doing great. How are you, Gloria?
I am doing very good.
Just very good, not great or well, or
I'm still blah, but I'm good.
explain that to me. And I don't know. And I'm sure everyone out there listening, they're good, but meh. I get like that too. Explain yourself.
I am in a pleasant mood. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a happy mood.
Okay.
But I'm just like blah. Like I don't have energy today.
Well, I have no energy any day.
Well, I started off kind of low today.
Really.
Yeah. I didn't have coffee all morning.
Mm.
And then I got distracted with stuff and didn't have time.
Yeah, today is my first cup of coffee. I haven't drank coffee in about a week or so. I've been having issues.
I need at least 3 cups. And I'm talking like the large, not the large, but the medium size, at least from Dunkin' Donuts.
No, that's too much. I used to drink a ton of coffee, and then all of a sudden, one time I went to the doctor, and he's like, "You got extremely high blood pressure. You need to cut back on some of your stuff," and coffee was one of them.
I'm the opposite. My blood pressure is like low all the time.
No, I think my dad's side of the family was the one with the hypertension and the high blood pressure issues, and then I think on my mom's side it was more like diabetes and stuff like that.
Well, no, it's weird with all the like strokes and stuff that has been going on with my family and like high blood pressure.
Mhm.
Mine is like low. So much so that my doctor said that if I feel like my blood pressure is too low, it's okay to have like a Red Bull or something to like spike it up.
Right.
Yeah. Cuz I've gotten low. Like
I worked with a guy who, and don't get me wrong, Monsters are great. I enjoy them. I really don't drink them often. I used to drink them more often than I do now. Now it's like once in a like super blue moon that I'll have one. But this guy I used to work with drank so many that he went to the he was starting to feel bad, and then went to the doctor. They did blood work on him, and they told him, "You need to stop drinking these because your blood
is a Red Bull."
no, it was thickening his blood."
Oh gosh.
And he's like, "You're gonna have a heart attack."
That's crazy.
Yeah, they told him, "You need to cut back on those because your heart's gonna explode." And then he stopped for a little while, and then he started up again.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I've developed this like it's a bad habit. I go to Starbucks in the morning and they had these 2 energy drinks.
Oh yeah.
It was what was it? The one was a melon burst and the other one was a tropical citrus. And it basically was like an energy drink mixed with like caffeine from tea. So it was like a double dose of like caffeine. So it's like
Right.
drinking like 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, that's
in
always
one.
good for you, right?
Right.
Just all that caffeine.
No, and I promise you, I am addicted to these things, and they discontinued it. It was only a
Take
temporary.
that.
Yeah, it was only like I guess a temporary
Maybe
thing.
Jesus was telling you no.
No, so the other day when I went to Sam's Club, I got these Bloom energy drinks,
Hmm.
and I like those. So I'm starting to drink one of those in the morning at least if I can't get to coffee.
Actually, since I've been trying to watch my weight now and my eating habits have gotten different, for lack of a better term, I found, speaking of Monster, I found an alternative. Tastes just like Monster. It's only 10 calories and I think and it's sugar free.
It's a Celsius, right?
Yeah, it's a
Oh, okay.
Celsius drink. I forgot what Blue Rush Raspberry
See,
or
it was
it's in a
good.
big can.
Yeah.
And to me, it tastes pretty close. I mean, it's not exactly a monster, but it's pretty close. So if you like the taste of monsters but don't want all the junk, I mean,
Yeah,
granted, it's
sure.
still
Yeah.
an energy drink, but whatever. Anyways, so really, just everything's good, just blah.
Just blah.
I
No
I would say
energy.
mine too. Me too. I mean, every day's just the same. I'm sure a lot of people out there listening, every day's the same. You wake up early, go to work, come
Well,
home tired.
I'm kind of different in the parts where, like, in the mornings, I'm all over the place. Like, I'm hyper. I'm like jumping around, moving around.
Yeah, everybody out there, I swear, as compatible and like two peas in the pod, Gloria and I are. This lady can just get up and just go. Like I need some time in the morning. I
He
gotta,
needs like 2
and I want
hours.
quiet. I don't want this lady. She'll wake up, start lawnmowers and blenders, and oh my gosh, it's like you hear the dishes slamming together, and
Look, let me tell you something. If I'm up, everybody's
oh
up.
yeah, no kidding. Everybody's
Everybody
getting
is
up.
up. Everybody, the
It's like
dog, cat.
and then people are like, "Man, why do you get up so early?" It's like I like to sit down, have my cup of coffee. I used to watch the news. I haven't watched the news in forever. I go on the internet. I do little stuff. Sometimes I work on the blog, or sometimes I write something, or I do something with the podcast. Now I need time. I can't just jump in there.
No, I have my days where I'm like low energy and like today I'm kind of like blah.
Hmm.
But there are days, I'm up, the blender's
Oh,
going,
I know you're up for
the
that.
microwave, the coffee,
Yeah.
everything's like, I'm making breakfast or whatever. And then there are days like today where I'm just like, please put the coffee IV directly into my veins. Just like skip the whole drinking it and just put it into my bloodstream, please.
No, well, I have scaled back on the coffee a lot. So, yeah, I'm not really having that issue. So, I'm like having other issues. Yeah, we won't get into that.
No, let's move on.
Yeah, let's kind of move on from that. All right, Gloria and I were kind of discussing and kind of want you guys to join in the discussion with us. We were talking about laughter, laughing, joking around, comedy, all that kind of stuff. And in particular, how it kind of makes you forget things. And what's the old saying? Laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of truth to it, I would say. So that's kind of what we were discussing.
Yeah, and I think with laughter is the best medicine, it's also free and cheap.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's free. You don't need to spend money to be
Sure
happy.
don't.
And I don't know, I like to I like to joke around. I like to make people laugh. Even with my writing, at one point I was thinking about doing comedy writing, like writing skits and stuff like that. But I don't know. I might leave that for other people that are more because I do. I mean, I consider myself funny, and I've been told by other people that that I'm pretty funny. Uh,
Yeah, I think you're pretty funny. If
I'm very sarcastic.
Yeah, sarcasm runs deep in this house.
Yeah, like if you visit us or whatever, you gotta kind of. Well, no, it ain't like that though. Like, and
I
it's
don't think
funny.
we're mean about it or
No,
anything.
see, that's the thing. There's a fine line too, right?
Right.
Because here, perfect example, and I'm not gonna name any names or anything, but I'll I'll sit in a little group of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's nothing wrong with ball busting and just like giving people crap and like, joking around, roasting each other. That's like the thing now, right? Everyone wants to roast each other,
Right.
which whatever. And normally it doesn't bother me. But to me, so for example, we're sitting around joking around. Of course, everybody's trying to out joke each other, and I get consistent laughs or whatever. But then it's like, and I mentioned this before, and people who've met me or know me, I'm a bigger guy. I'm like, I'm a big guy, so easy pickings, right, to be picked on. So it's like, okay, at first it's funny and I play along and it doesn't bother me, and then it starts to bother me because it gets to the point where it's like, instead of laughing with, it becomes laughing at.
Right.
So it's like, then the whole laughter, that's a whole nother subject, but it's like the comedy and the happiness and the joyness that's you think you're generating there really isn't that, right?
Yeah. And I think that with like sarcasm, there's a fine line, like you said. Like,
Mhm.
there's sarcasm, like in general, and then sarcasm directed towards someone. And I think that when you direct it towards someone, you have to be careful on how you come across, because what might not be a sensitive issue for you might be a sensitive issue for like the
Right,
other
you don't know
person.
what chord you're gonna strike.
No, but I find sarcasm to be like a stress reliever, at least for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I don't take life seriously, and you know this.
Well, you do, but you
I
don't.
do, but I don't.
Right.
99% of the time I'm, in a good mood laughing. There's just every so often that
Mhm.
but I think there's, like I said, a fine line between sarcasm and just being mean.
Yes.
And there's a different way to approach it. Like when you start talking about somebody's body or somebody's like looks or things that they can't help about themselves,
Mhm.
then it becomes an issue. And then it just doesn't become funny,
Right.
you know? Um, and I also think that a lot of people cover judgment with sarcasm. Like, when you're
Or
trying
they're hiding their meanness, or
as a
like, yeah,
sarcasm.
in sarcasm for sure.
Right. And I don't think is cool. And I definitely try to not be that way,
Right. Right.
and it depends. With some people you can joke around, like I don't take
It depends on the
it depends on the
yeah.
person.
There's a time and a place for everything. So it's like, me personally, I and it's like you said, you have to kind of, to me, nothing's really sacred. I mean, there are things, right? But it's like, not everything is. I mean, I think you can make light of most things,
Yeah.
and I think it's not. I wouldn't say you use it to hide something like sadness or whatever. But I'm like, uh, you know, uh, the sarcasm. I guess you can use sarcasm as a tool, like a
Deflection, I think.
deflection. What's
Hmm.
the word? Like a coping mechanism,
Right.
right? So like, make a joke of something or whatever. Um, yeah, but it's. I mean, we need to try to not not lessen things by joking and whatever about them, but you just got to keep your spirit light, I guess, is for whatever.
Yeah, and unless it's like life or death, I don't take pretty much a lot of things seriously.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, life in general. Yeah, you got to kind of. I mean, look at it. You got to kind of look at the silver lining of everything.
Yeah.
You can't just be like everything's serious and whatever. You gotta get enjoyment out of life.
I mean, there has to be balance between sarcasm, being a person who's laughing
Yeah.
and taking life seriously. You know, um there's just some things that you can't joke about or you shouldn't. I
Right.
I don't want to say you can't or you shouldn't. I also don't
Like I
believe in
said,
being
most
policed
things.
or whatever,
Right.
but it's just use common sense when you're
Yes.
joking around with people. Not everybody has your sense. Like me, I think I have a dark sense of humor.
Hmm.
I like dark humor, but I also like the giggly type
Well,
of
yeah.
humor.
I mean, like I said, nothing's really sacred.
No, no, not at all. And
But
I think that like as time has progressed, like from when we were growing up to now,
mhm.
comedy has changed so much.
It seems like it's kind of going back though, because I know. I mean, let's face it. Like you had a lot of your like trailblazers and stuff in comedy, and then in recent years things got scaled back because what of cancel culture.
Right.
People got so offended with everything. So it almost seems like it's kind of coming back.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I think that, what people laugh at in comedy is different from person to person.
Right. It's subjective, I guess.
Right. I mean, there's not a lot of things that'll offend me. Like, I'm not easily offended. I'm actually pretty vulgar off of,
Yeah. Well,
off
yeah.
the
We keep
podcast.
this kind of clean,
Kind of.
But yeah,
This is not 100% my personality. Not that I'm being fake or anything, but it's just like time and a place for everything, right?
right.
So, how I act when I'm by myself is completely different. But I feel like sometimes you have to kind of not necessarily step on eggshells or um
You got to use decorum. You got to
right, right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't be like that all the
No,
time,
not at all.
right? I mean, they're gonna throw you in an insane asylum
Well,
if you act like a goofball like 100% of the time.
I don't know about that.
And then one thing and this is kind of a little side thing. One annoyance of mine, pet peeve, whatever, is when I try to be serious. Like I like to joke around a lot, and I'm a smart ass. I'm like I joke around, whatever. But then there's a time and place for everything, right? So there's times where you scale it back, and then you're more serious. And when I'm trying to be serious, then this dumb dumb over here wants to like keep poking and like egg people on. It's
Yeah.
like now's not the time. Like go somewhere.
Read the room.
Yeah, like exactly. Read the room. Like, come on, guy. Like, okay, we can stop now. So whatever. So yeah, laughter I would say is a powerful tool, and I mean it's good for our mental health. Really, if you think about it. And I mean, why would you think? Well, what would it be good for your mental health? Why would that be?
Well, it releases endorphins and dopamine and,
Right.
feel good chemicals, or I guess that's what it's called, right? Feel good is
Yeah, I mean, it reduces stress and anxiety.
right. And then the serotonin is released and all that stuff is good for your stress.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
relaxes you too.
right.
Yeah,
And I guess when you laugh, it feels good. Like
yeah.
you legitimately feel good.
hmm
And
And it's very contagious.
yeah, I think
I mean,
so.
it'll make other people happy
Yeah.
and like laugh.
Sometimes I feel like I laugh a little too much, like I come across as
Okay.
annoying, but I don't know. I think it's just, ingrained in me to like just make light of everything cuz when you grow up like in I don't want to say dire cuz it wasn't dire, but when you grow up in, difficult circumstances,
hmm
um you tend to kind of take life on a different note. It's
Right.
just like they say, and I've read before that, comedians, some of the funniest comedians had dark
Oh, that
childhoods.
you're absolutely right.
And I
Yep.
I 1000% agree with
See,
that.
and you don't know what other people are going through. Like a lot of those people have, yeah, the dark past, or like they had depression, or like they're in front of the camera they were funny, goofy, make people laugh, and then off camera they were, they turned to substances because they couldn't
Right.
cope with stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at the comics that died so early. Like it's a shame. Like these talented, very funny people, they couldn't like deal with their real problems. They hid it behind the comedy and
Right.
the laughter.
And I don't particularly remember because I did a little bit of reading before on how laughter affects, or how comedians are affected by like tragedy in their lives. Um, what's this guy's name? The guy that dated Kim. He was on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, Pete
Pete
Davidson.
Davidson.
Hmm.
You know, um, he was one of the comedians that from his past and from what he experienced. His dad died in
Yeah, his dad was 9/11.
9/11, and he
Yeah.
passed away,
And
and
that's why he got into comedy,
right
to deal with it.
to deal with it.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that making people laugh is kind of taking away from his pain,
Right.
and it kind of makes it easier to deal with things. And when circumstances like that happen, I think sometimes it's hard for people to find joy in everyday, activities.
Right.
So, yeah, I just think that when people have like a hard time or hard situation, they sometimes turn to despair, but sometimes maybe watching a funny movie or reading some, comic books or whatever.
I see what you're saying. It'll kind of snap you out of that funk.
Right.
But I mean, and everyone out there knows, and you guys can chime in anytime. Uh, I mean, it's not as easy as it sounds.
No.
But I mean, like with any other mental health issue or anything like that. I mean, you gotta search for help and not just turn to like the substances or whatever.
No, not at all.
I mean, honestly, you, the comedy and laughter releases, like you were mentioning, it releases chemicals and stuff in your brain or whatever,
Hmm.
like endorphins and stuff, or what is it, cortisol?
Cortisol. Yeah, that's stress levels.
Right. So I mean that's a natural thing, right?
Yeah.
So you make yourself laugh, people make you laugh, you watch a funny movie, listen to a stand-up comic, whatever makes you laugh, and that's gonna naturally release,
Endorphins and
yeah,
all that good stuff.
and then it's just like a stress reliever, and then I mean, of course, you get in a better mood, and not only that, like anyone around you. So if
Yeah.
anybody around you is not feeling it,
I like one of those deep belly laughs. I like laughing like where you can't breathe anymore, you're like gasping for air. I think those are the best types of laughs, because like your whole body gets into it.
you laugh with your whole body.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I don't like when you laugh so much? You get that headache.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's because your brain's not getting enough
Yeah, your
oxygen.
brain's just not getting enough oxygen or something. Yeah, that's happened to me a bunch of times where I laugh so much it's like my brain hurts.
That doesn't sound like such a bad way to go,
Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, but I mean, laughing and all of that stuff, of course, it releases all those chemicals, and then improves your mood and the people around you, and it alleviates the symptoms of anxiety and depression too.
Yeah.
So it kind of eradicates that.
I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. Um, Sometimes when I'm like super stressed out and I've had like a really bad week, just one of those weeks where nothing goes your way at all. I sit in the car and I turn music on and I'm just like driving on the expressway or just like wherever,
Mm.
and I scream at the top of my lungs.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. And the person that I was, talking to is like, isn't that weird? I was like, yes and no. Like, look into
Hey,
it.
whatever
No,
works.
look it up.
Yeah.
There's
No, for
actually
sure. I know.
no.
I've heard it.
I
Yeah.
was watching a little mini documentary, and I don't remember what the name of the retrieve was, or but they do these things where they take you like out into the middle of the woods,
Yeah.
and you know they let you cut down trees and take an axe to like things, and you know, and then part of the therapy is that they let you scream at the top of your lungs,
Right. I've seen that before.
and it releases. It's just as it's more. They say that it's more powerful than laughter because all that aggression that you have inside of you, all of that anger, the bad feelings,
Hmm.
we tend to bottle those up,
Right.
you know, and it's like the best feeling I've ever had, like I said, when I'm like so stressed out and just like ready to, whatever, sit in your car. And you don't even have to turn the music on. Like, you know what I mean? And I scream like at the top of my lungs. And I'm talking from the diaphragm,
Mm.
you know?
Are the windows closed or open?
I don't care. I don't care. You know, most of the time it's like I'll drive, it's on the expressway with the windows down and I'm
Oh,
like
no one's gonna
screaming at,
hear it.
no,
Yeah.
and I don't care if somebody hears me.
Right.
Let me have my mental breakdown in the privacy of my own car, you know?
I've never tried. I've heard of that, and I've never really,
It feels so good.
never tried it.
So good. And especially if it's like, I'm not talking screaming from your lungs,
Hmm.
If you've ever been in chorus or if you ever, sung in a group or, you're a singer, you understand what I'm talking about. It's like that deep diaphragm breath
Hmm.
that you take from like the pit of your stomach and you just scream at the top of your lungs. Trust me, best therapy ever.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work, and I'm
Right.
sure it
And
works.
you know what though? um, you'd be surprised what comes out. Like, I wouldn't normally admit this, but since we're already on the topic,
Mhm.
when I was going through a stressful time, I remember that I was just like sitting in my car and I remembered I was like, oh, that screaming thing, I'm gonna try it. And I remember that it let out so much emotion. Like I was sobbing in my car, because it was just so much pent up anger and stress and just like I was fed up. And all that stuff came out, and you'd be surprised what comes out when you do something like that.
Yeah, you'd be shocked. You'd be surprised how much stuff you can compress.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I was like, so yeah, if you see me driving down the road screaming at the top of my lungs, mind your business.
She's not losing her
I'm
mind.
not losing my
She's
mind
trying
yet.
to
No,
fix it.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
fix it.
Yeah, I've never tried that. I always
Try
just
it.
kind of, and I've done the thing where I sat in my car for a little bit, and I always just close my eyes, take a deep breath. I just kind of listen to music if I'm listening to music. Sometimes, like even on the way to work, I don't know if anybody else does this, but I want silence. I don't put my radio on. I don't put my MP3s. I don't put my Spotify, whatever. I just quiet, and I just think about stuff and just kind of try to, ease into things, right?
Right.
So it's like, yeah, it's almost kind of the opposite of what you're saying.
No, and you know what else too? Like, I went through this personally too. They say that sometimes when you put your body through a stressful situation, it lets out emotions.
Right.
So the one thing that comes to mind, at least for me, is when that time that we first started talking, and you know how I was like in Wisconsin, in the middle of like nowhere.
That was Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Riding my bike.
Yeah, where I thought you were avoiding me
Yeah.
because you weren't answering my texts.
Yes.
You were in the mountains or something.
There are no mountains out there here.
I don't know. All I know is your cell reception sucked that you never got back to me.
It was in the middle of like backwoods
Michigan,
Michigan
where all the
country.
apples grow wild.
Yeah, and apples and cows and
Nice.
yeah, desolate roads. That was, that was probably one of the best things that I ever did for myself because at that time everything, for me at least, came crashing down.
Really?
They say that, you sometimes things fall apart in your life so you can put them together again and
So
rebuild.
meeting me on the internet, your life started crashing down.
No, well, yeah, it was It was like it was
Uh,
being-
oh,
listen.
now the truth comes
No,
out.
it was
There we go.
being destroyed, but it was rebuilding at the same time.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's true that if you put your body through strenuous exercise or strenuous like situations, your body releases
Yeah.
like anger and stress and all that. And I remember that like I was this was not an easy task for me. I had trained maybe for like 6 months before.
Mm.
And you have to understand that these are like country roads. So there are hills, like roads that like curve up and down and you're going up a huge hill
Right.
and it's just a lot. And I thought I was prepared enough, but I wasn't. You know,
Well, it was a challenge. You were
right. It was
challenging
a
yourself.
challenge. And at the same time, I had balancing issues because of my head injury.
Right.
I was, I had the balance issues. I got lightheaded all the time. It was a lot of stuff that I was working through.
You were going through a bunch of stuff.
I was going through so much stuff at that time. And I remember that I was going up the hill and my body just started shaking, but it wasn't shaking because I was like straining. It was because something hit me. Like, I don't know what it was. And when I got to the top of like the hill, I started sobbing. Like,
Mm.
everything that I had been keeping in for like, at this point, I had already been like 7, 8 months into, recuperating from my injuries.
Right.
And everything came out. Like everything. Like I couldn't even catch my breath. And it wasn't even from the strain. It was just because like I was like in an emotional moment. And I remember that like I was just crying, screaming, just like I was so mad,
Mm.
And some other person that was also, I thought I was by myself at this point. They stopped and they're like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I just had a mental breakdown. We're good." But, I was talking to one of my brothers and I had mentioned it to him. And he was like, "Yeah, I actually just read an article about something like that, that when you put your body through, a lot of
Right.
stress in the right situation, you release things,
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, try to find different outlets. If it's not laughter, exercise. And if it's not exercise, find something that works for you.
Well, speaking of laughter, I
Mhm.
got a joke for you.
Alrighty.
Why can't a bicycle stand by itself?
Why?
Because it's too tired. That was stupid.
I hope you guys can hear me rolling my eyes.
All right, whatever. I used to make bike jokes for a living, but now I'm retired.
Stop. Stop.
All right, I'll stop.
I'll turn off your mic.
Oh boy, that would not be good. No
I'd be
mic
talking
pod-
by
a
myself.
no mic podcast is no bueno.
Anyway, so that was my little story.
And you're sticking to it.
Yeah. Find what works for you, whether it's screaming, exercising, whatever. Just find something.
Yeah, I mean, and laughter is really the best medicine. I mean, that like I said, it improves your mood. It alleviates all that, depression, pain, anxiety, and all that stuff. And then it kind of veers you away from the negative, right? You're always going to be feeling positive and in the positive.
Okay, so now that we're talking about like comedians and laughter and all that,
Hmm.
who would you say is your favorite comedian?
Oh gosh.
Top 3.
Present, past, or what?
Doesn't matter.
It's I don't know. Maybe Richard Pryor,
Good.
Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
I could just rattle off a bunch of
No, just one more.
Let's see, who did I say? Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. I don't know. Mike Epps. I don't know.
Okay.
I enjoy Mike Epps. I think he's funny.
So for me, I hope I'm saying his last name, George Carlin.
Okay. I take Mike Epps back. I mean,
That was an
Carlin was
he was
awesome.
an awesome
I
comedian.
loved George Carlin.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Robin Williams.
Yeah, he was good.
He was a really good. He was actually.
I'm
That was
gonna
sad.
admit something, and you may excuse me, you may get angry with me right now. So we're talking about laughter, but Glow's about to get angry. I kind of thought, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy Robin Williams. I think he's a great actor, great, funny comedian. But I don't hold him in the same regard as a lot of other people. To me, it was kind of cringy and what's the word? Kind of a kind of a spaz. I don't know, but I mean that was his shtick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't hold him in the. It's a hot take. People are. It's not a popular opinion.
No, I understand what you're saying,
Hmm.
but to me, he was so much more than a comedian.
But yeah, no one knew how he was suffering from depression.
And again, we just talked about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
comedians sometimes have dark
When
days
he
before.
passed, it was like, what? Are you serious? And it
Oh,
turned out he
I
was.
think that was probably one of.
Man, we watched. I don't remember what streaming service it was on. You guys may want to look it up. It was a really good documentary. It was about Robin Williams, and it was about like his career and stuff like that. It was really interesting. And then in the later part of the documentary, that kind of went into the kind of the decline of his I don't want to say decline of his career, but a lot of his friends and family were noticing that something wasn't right, and he was secretly suffering from depression, and I think he was ill too. He had something. He was diagnosed with something, and that which kind of contributed to his depression.
Right.
So
I
it
think
was really sad
he
to
got
see the end.
diagnosed with what's it called?
It
I should
wasn't
know
like
this.
Parkinson's or Alzheimer's,
No, it was
was
Parkinson's.
it? I don't remember.
Yes,
I
and
know a lot of people said he wasn't acting the same. He was not acting right.
no, but the reason why he's like, I guess one of my favorites is because like behind the scenes, he was known to be like a really genuine person. Like he would,
Like a real nice guy, right?
yeah, like when he would sign contracts for movies, he would have them as part of his contract hire homeless people that were local to where they were filming
Mm.
so they can get jobs
Oh, as extras?
as extras or cleaning the sets or whatever.
Wow.
And I thought that was like really good, like a humanitarian type of like goodness. Um so anyway, so my other one would be Farley.
Yeah. He wasn't really a well, you didn't say stand-up
No, I just
comic,
said
right? Just
comedian.
comedian.
Yeah.
Farley, another one. I loved Farley. Oh my gosh.
Down
I,
by the river.
see, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I can't just pick three.
No. But
But Carlin I loved,
Yeah.
and Farley for sure.
For sure.
But see, again, Farley, I think he suffered from depression too, didn't he?
Oh, and he was using so many different substances.
Yeah, and then he drank and he started doing drugs and
But that was a common thing for a lot of comedians. Like Robin Williams back in his younger years,
oh,
was
he was a
known.
cokehead,
Oh,
wasn't he?
yeah, he was known to be
Allegedly.
using. No, he admitted to it.
Did
Yeah, he did. He said that he was like on a lot of drugs. He was cheating on his wife. He was doing like all this other stuff, and not talking bad about him. Because he did what he did, and that's his business.
Everyone, we're all humans. I mean, we cope with things differently.
Differently, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were my top 3. I would say.
Yeah, I can't have a top 3.
I can go on and on, but for the sake of time, that's why I kept it to like 3.
I think kind of a funny story. When I wasn't pardon me, when I was in high school, I don't know if anybody out there remembers Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh man, yeah.
Man, that tape got traded around like you can't believe. And this was the first time. I mean, I've obviously seen comedians and stuff before, but he was like another level. Like, and of course, it was all a shtick, right? It's all an
Right.
act. He's an
Yeah.
entertainer, but yeah, I mean, I remember we would be in study hall, supposed to be studying, right? And we're over here passing tapes around with our Walkmans. Remember those guys?
Yeah.
Walkman. And we would be trading comedy tapes and rap hip hop tapes.
Wow.
That's what we went to study hall for. Hey, I got the new Ice-T tape. You got that new Andrew Dice Clay tape? And then what was the other? Oh, man, I'm trying to think what else was hot when I was in high school. Not the Macarena. What was that other? Uh, it was a dance. Oh, the lambada.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember the lambada?
Dun, dun.
It
Yeah.
was like the forbidden dance.
The dance of love.
And now you go to TikTok and
It's
good
all over the
Lord,
place.
and the double standards on TikTok.
Oh, let's not get into that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, make yourselves laugh more, or try to look at the
Positives. As much as
positives.
possible.
And like I said, I mean, there's nothing wrong with making light of certain things, and if it helps you cope, go for it. I mean, but remember, there's a time and place for everything.
And when all else fails, just scream like a maniac.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say when all else fails, take a nap.
Oh, well, that too. Take a
Because when you nap, you don't worry about anything. You're in La La
Oh,
Land.
right.
Yeah, so remember, guys, just the laughter and comedy and all that stuff, trying to look at stuff under kind of comedic glasses helps your mood. It helps the other people's moods. It makes you more resilient too to the negative stuff, and it does promote your mental health and your mental well being.
I agree. 100%.
Just 100%.
1000%.
Okay, that's better. So do you have now is the joke section of our podcast.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, I don't know. I don't know. There was so many jokes. Like what's square, red, and bad for your teeth?
What?
A brick.
I'm done. Get out.
All right, so I'm trying to think of a kind of a comedic, funny story, and I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that's happened to me, but whatever.
So I do have a little joke.
Okay,
Why don't scientists trust atoms?
why?
Because they make everything up. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Boom.
No,
Get out.
out right now.
Get out.
Remove thyself.
Oh man, that was dumb. All right, moving on.
So give me a funny story when you were a kid or something, whatever.
I can't think of anything right now.
No, there's just so many. It's like we're kind of putting ourselves on the spot.
Yeah, I can't pinpoint like a particular like funny thing.
Oh, I already said the 8th grade wood chair story, I think, right? Yeah, I did.
Oh, where you farted?
Everybody out there, I don't care what you say. Farts are funny.
Ugh.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
The
matter where you
maturity,
are.
the maturity level in this room is just.
Doesn't matter where you are. They're funny.
Oh man.
I think that's baby Jesus' way of like giving us like entertainment. I don't know. Self-entertainment.
Yeah. Well, I could think of something funny right now. Perfect example of somebody who laughs. When we were growing up, we went to Mexico often.
Mhm.
And this was probably our first time that I can like actually mentally remember going to my grandfather's ranch. And my grandfather was like I don't think I ever saw him angry like my whole life.
Mm.
He was like the light of life, I guess. Very happy, very just outgoing, whistling all the time, laughing, just goofing around with us. And I remember that it was our first time there, like I said, and my grandmother had this big old, and it was old. Um, how do you say adobo?
I
Mud. It was like
oh, like an adobe
no, like a oven,
clay.
a clay oven, I guess. Clay oven?
Yes,
Well, it was made out of
clay.
clay. And my grandma used to make bread there,
Mm.
you know. And I remember that, us being kids and not knowing any better, thought that it was just like a little hill.
Mhm.
So, of course, my brothers, go jump on this thing and they fall through it. And it comes crashing down. And this thing was like old. It had like sentimental value.
And you guys busted it?
My brothers busted it. I had
Oh,
nothing
there
to
it
do
is.
with it. But my grandfather, instead of getting upset, he just like laughed it off.
Right.
And I think it kind of hit me like, wow, he's not mad. Like my brothers totally demolished my grandmother's like oven.
See, and it kind of put you guys at ease, right? Because you thought you guys were in big trouble.
Yeah, like my mom was ready to choke us out, you know. But my grandpa just kind of laughed and he's like, they're kids. They're only young ones.
do
Kids do kid
things.
things. And it just like wasn't a big deal. But yeah, I think that's where I got my joy from. Like seeing my grandpa interact with like us and like
Yeah.
the dumb things we used to do when we went down there.
I mean, I guess you can go by the motto, it ain't that serious.
It's not that serious.
Yeah, it's like, it ain't, I mean, granted, there's serious things that happen in life, but it ain't that serious.
No, it's
You
not.
can deal with it.
Yeah. And again, if it's not life or death, it's not that serious.
I mean, you'll come out on the other end one way or the other.
Right. Either way.
All right, so one really quick story that just popped into my head. It's one of the boneheaded things that I've done in my lifetime. I was a wee little child,
Oh,
and
child.
I was in Puerto Rico in my grandmother's house, in and out of there playing, whatever, playing outside, coming inside, outside. Hey, pick one, inside, outside. So my grandmother had went to a neighbor's house or something, came back, and she had this cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this cup had this pink liquid in it, and she put it on the kitchen table.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I went over there and I looked at it, and it looked good, right? It looked like, I thought it was like strawberry milk or some kind of,
That makes total sense.
like some kind of drink. I'm like, oh, I want some of this. So I go in there, I sneak to the cup, and without thinking, just took a big swig out of that cup
Mm-hmm.
and put it back down. And to my surprise, my abuelita went to the neighbor's house to borrow a cup of dishwashing soap.
Ew.
So yeah, needless to say, it didn't take long for me to expel said soap.
No, you know what? Now that you're talking about eating nasty things, but bump. No, um, I had something similar happen to me. Again, when we were in Mexico, we're exposed to like different things.
Right.
We're city kids. We've never seen anybody butcher a cow or anything. And I remember that my grandpa they butchered a pig, and they're cutting up the meat and stuff. And
Yeah, I've seen that
we were
before.
starving at this point. Like
Mhm.
you have to realize that this isn't like a quick process. Like it's a
Like-
process, And we're American kids. We're used to like just now
Sit down and eat.
sit down and eat like
Yeah.
now, And I remember, my mom gave us snacks or whatever, but we were hungry for like food, So My mom starts cutting up the meat and they start, frying it at this point.
Hmm.
I got so impatient. My mom's like, don't eat anything yet. We have to separate the meat. So me being a fat little kid, I was like impatient. I was like, whatever, lady. I went and I saw this piece of meat. I was like, oh man, that has my name on it. Like, this is mine. So I thought I was being slick. I walked up to it, grabbed a chunk of meat and put it in my mouth, and then ended up spitting it back out
And why was this?
because it was a huge piece of fried lard. And when I bit into it, I got nothing but like lard and oil.
Yeah,
It was disgusting. Yeah.
that sounds not appetizing at all.
No, it's not.
All right, I got one more, and this is it for reals. Okay, speaking of drinking things I'm not supposed to. So I went to my great grandmother's house. My
Was
great
this in Puerto Rico or
Puerto
was that
Rico
here?
again, yes.
Oh, okay.
So I went to my great great grandfather, great grandmother's house, and there was a party. I don't know if it was a wedding reception or I don't know what it was, but they had this tray of glasses with this fizzy liquid in it.
Oh God. Okay.
So, hey, I'm thirsty. I see drinks over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I go over there thinking, oh, they got, a bunch of cups of 7-Up poured out already. So I went up to the table, grabbed one of these cups off, and I'm like, oh, this is a fancy cup
Oh God.
for this for the 7-Up. So I took a big swig of that, thinking it was 7-Up, and it turned out to be champagne. And then, of course, they see this little kid at the liquor
Yep, that's a Latino.
and yeah, needless to say, that never happened again.
Never.
But yeah, I need to stop just drinking and eating random things.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson. All right, we're gonna leave it there, guys, for this one. Once again, visit us on the blog, sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com. Up there you can see like blog posts, pictures and stuff of things we talk about on the podcast. We also link the podcast on there so you guys can listen on pretty sure you can listen to it on the website, right? Yeah, so sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com. Drop us a line, suggestions, anything. That would be sessionsandlessonsmail@gmail.com. Also, don't forget the socials, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the good ones. Give us a visit. Just look up Sessions and Lessons and you'll be able to find us. And we should be, we're making a few changes here and there and we're working on stuff a lot of the time. So just be aware there'll be some changes here and there. And we do really appreciate you guys listening to us. Please spread the word. We really do appreciate you. You have anything to add, Gloria Rosario?
No, not really, but I do want to say to take care of yourself. Take some time to just be in your element.
Right. You got to be kind to yourself and
Yep.
then be kind to others.
Remember to laugh and be sarcastic because you only live once.
You only live once.
YOLO.
YOLO. No, we're not doing the YOLOs.
All right. Bye.
All right, everybody. See you on the next one.